Months in the making. I've made several videos covering this going back at least, I don't know, a year. They've probably been working on this for a lot longer than the last several months that we've been talking about it, but XREAL's Project Aura is finally here. Now it is no longer Project. You ready for this? This is the new name. It's going to be difficult to remember. It is now XREAL Aura. And I gotta say, I appreciate this because the amount of things that I have to remember, different product names, and then going from a project name to an actual name is very difficult at times. So this is great. Everybody kind of already knows the name, just drop the project, which even for some of the folks on the XREAL team up on the stage has been difficult because they've been talking about this Project Aura for so long, and I guarantee you, I'm going to make that mistake at least once in this video. So this is gonna be an unboxing video, and then hopefully we have time. I've got Ralph here once again. We're gonna do a sit down here, and we're gonna go through some of the new things that have changed or are now available and ready to talk about since we had our conversation, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago at Google I/O. If you missed any of my previous coverage, obviously go back please and watch that. Just search for XREAL on the channel. But first, and I haven't seen anybody else do this, so I am very excited. I've got a three camera setup here, plus my phone, which I'll do some slow-mo, etc. We're gonna unbox this thing. So here it is. This is a beautiful, very compact case. Now the biggest problem that I have with the Vision Pro and a lot of the other headsets out there, especially for the full virtual reality experience, the Samsung Galaxy XR has the same problem. They're massive, right? When you put them in your backpack, either you need a dedicated carrying case because these things are huge, and this goes for Meta's virtual reality headsets as well. It takes up the entire space. If you want to carry that bag with you, it goes in the carry-on. It doesn't go in the carry-on. If you do put it in the carry-on, it takes up all of the space. I personally have been just wrapping the headset itself and then stuffing it in my backpack because I want it with me on the plane, but I don't want it to take up that much space. This is not a factor here. This is simply not a problem. This is a very solid hard shell case. It says XREAL on the front, very nice. And what we're seeing here is that this is something that you could definitely throw into your carry-on and your backpack even, and not have it take up a lot of space. And that's been one of the things that has always been great about the XREAL hardware up until now, is its sunglasses. It fits like a regular pair of glasses in your backpack in a glasses case. All right, it's a little bit bigger than your traditional pair of sunglasses. I will grant you that. But other than that, it's been really compact and portable and easy to have as my everyday carry, even if I don't plan on using it. All right, enough schmoozing. Yes, I'm talking fast because I'm at a conference and I'm trying to use up my, get as much as possible in the available time, but I'll slow down here and let's go through it. Opening up the case here, you've got the XREAL microfiber cloth, which is very, very nice, as always. You've got the glasses, you've got the puck, and behind this little door over here is your charging cable. Not the charging cable, sorry, the glasses cable. I suppose you could also use it to charge, but it's generally what you use to plug in the glasses, and it's gonna be familiar to anybody who has worn these glasses before. It's got the, I guess that's a 160-degree angle-ish of the USB-C for the glasses side, and then your regular USB-C on the other side there, and that's a fantastic cable. This one actually looks like a nice upgrade. It's got a nice braided texture to it, similar to the others, but it's just a high-quality cable all around, and I, as an IT nerd, as a tech nerd, always appreciate a high-quality cable. The glasses, we've seen these a little bit, and I was able to show them off a bit over at I/O, and they're going to be similar to what we have seen before with XREAL's other glasses products. However, you will notice that there are some changes, some differences. So these have, all of the cameras are now built in. There's no removable eye piece that is going to go in the middle. The camera is built in right in front there. These are going to be most similar to the XREAL One Pros. However, they have a greater field of view going all the way up to 70 degrees, up from 50, and it makes a difference, I will tell you. Now, before we get into like trying this on and showing off how that looks and talking to Ralph, I want to clarify how this fits in, right? Because you've got these other systems, the Samsung Galaxy XR, which is running the same operating system this is, which is Android XR, as well as the Apple Vision Pro. And both of those systems are completely face computer contained total immersion. This is the same operating system as the Samsung Galaxy XR, so you get all of the benefits from that. If you have one of those, it's going to look very similar to that, but it's in a much more compact form factor. And that is something that I think is going to make this much more approachable to folks as they start using this, because you don't have to disappear from your environment. You don't have to look like, you know, a crazy person with a huge face computer on their face. And I talked about this at I/O, that photo from me on the plane and people around me on the plane looking like I'm crazy, which is true, granted. Now, for me, it's worthwhile because I have a massive ultra-wide monitor up in virtual space that I can work on, as well as my other apps and widgets. And so that has been worthwhile for me to look kind of like a nut job in public. But this is going to significantly up the cool factor, if you will, where you look relatively less conspicuous in doing so. The last thing that we have in the case here is the puck, and this is very interesting. I've speculated a lot about this, but it's great to have it in hand now. This has a new Qualcomm Snapdragon XR. I'm going to have to clarify with Ralph because I forget exactly what it's called. It's the new chip. They just announced it at AWE, which is where we are right now, a couple of days ago. The puck here has a touch interface. This is a touchpad on the front, which I think is fantastic, and I haven't seen any of the other headsets doing that yet, because one of the biggest problems that I've always had with this is anything in virtual reality is your arms get really heavy because you're waving them around and you're trying to control the interface, and sometimes you just want to put them down and be able to control what show you're watching or whatnot from, just from your arms being at rest. And you can do that now with this. It does not, as far as I know, have the ability to do the in-space remote control like you would have been able to do on the Beam Pro. However, I think that's going to be easily overlooked, because even if you want to just reach out and grab something, you also can do that at the same time. We also have a fingerprint sensor on the side here, which is going to enable easy unlock, which we also haven't seen in the past on some of the other headsets, like the Apple Vision Pro, for example. It uses Retina unlock. This, I think, is going to be much easier, because many times when I'm putting on the Vision Pro, I'm still adjusting the headset and I'm still like blinking my eyes to get used to being in virtual reality, and oftentimes it misses that unlock. So this is going to be much easier to just hit my finger on it and unlock. On the top here, you have a sensor, and then on the top sides, you have these are grills for the fan, and you don't actually hear the fan. I have not yet really heard it unless I, pick it up to my ear to really listen for it, but just in the hand, even using it for pretty extensive games and applications and putting it through its paces, I haven't really felt that at all. And then on the bottom, we have a little light bar indicator here, which right now is white, but I have seen this green as well. I'm gonna have to ask Ralph for some more clarification on what that does. And then on the very bottom of the puck here, you have, as we've seen elsewhere and before, you have on the other XREAL products, you have the two ports here. One is for the glasses and one is for either charging, or in this case, what you can do is you can plug in something like your laptop or a Switch or Steam Deck. Steam Deck, I think that's the right term for that. I don't know, I'm not a gamer, I don't know this stuff. But you can actually display what you would display on your device in virtual space with you. And I have confirmed, as we discussed at Google I/O, that this does work with both PC and Mac. Anything with a DisplayPort out, you're able to plug in and show here at the same time as your other virtual reality content. And one of the coolest things that Google did here is that you've got Gemini having the ability to see everything that's on your screen. And so Gemini is going to be able to view what you have on your screen when you trigger it. It's not like watching the entire time. It's not Microsoft. When you view it, when you trigger it, you can say, help me with this. So if you're playing a game and you need assistance getting through a level, or you want Gemini to tell you what you're looking at or where you're looking at, for example, if you're looking at some, an image that somebody pulled up on Instagram, or that you pulled up rather on Instagram, or somebody shared something with you, you can have Gemini look right at that and start doing some sharing and discussions with Gemini to give you better information and conversations. And I mean, I use Gemini all day long. It's a great assistant. So that's the case in a nutshell. It has this nice clasp on the front here. My lighting is not the greatest because it's very cloudy outside today for some reason. It's Long Beach, California. We pay for better weather than this. I don't know why we're not getting it today. Maybe it'll burn off and show up later. But that's it. This is the case. It's really rugged. It's really solid. And like I said, it's super compact and going to fit easily in the bag. All right, I've got a couple of minutes left. Let's bring Ralph in and go over some of the latest announcements that have been allowed to be shared with us now that we're much closer to release and actually showing this off and talking about it. But the biggest takeaway here is it's here, it's awesome, it's beautiful, and it's shipping. So let's try it out. Let's talk to Ralph and hopefully answer some of your questions. Ralph, it's been a couple of weeks since Google I/O.
We are so back.
We're so back, and you're shipping almost.
It's coming. Yeah, so the reservation systems are open now. Pre-orders will come when we're closer to ship, but it's coming in the fall.
Yeah, so congrats on that. I saw you just about sold out of all of the serialized pre-order or reservation first in line ones. It seems to be going well.
Not just about, we cleared.
Oh, you did? Okay, I didn't check it. Yep.
So we hit a milestone, which was really exciting. The team feels good because the team has put so much work into this, and we're really excited for feedback. And the feedback shows us People are excited too, and they want this. So yeah, that Founders Pass 2000 is gone, which is really exciting. So now we got to look at what to do next.
Okay, well, I hope to get one of the first early ones there so that we can do a more in the studio, in depth. I know a guy, right? Exactly. But from what I was seeing online, people were very excited about that. And you said you put a lot of work into this. I think it's easy to tell, right? This is very refined, very solid. You've been cagey-ish over the last year and a half that we've been talking about this or whatnot. And I know it's not just you. Google has been nutsos about this. Every time I ask any of their folks on the floor or Samsung or even Qualcomm, they're like, oh, I can't talk about that yet. I can't talk about this yet. I can't talk about that yet.
That goes into it, right? And there's a process. We want you to see the polished version, right? We don't want to show you the raw dough as it's coming along. We want you to see what's good because we want you to see like what you get when you buy one, what the customers get. So like we are so close now. So you need to jump in, get into some XR experiences, launch some apps, and get in there and see what I'm talking about.
Right. And I hope that you're filming a documentary behind the scenes of all of this because later I do want to see all of the, nitty gritty. It was, 10,000 different prototypes and here's all the things we tried and all the learnings we did. And
no.
Damn it. Oh, well, I always say that, the movie will come out eventually. So, okay.
Right, so we had 100 developers join the Android XR hackathon over the weekend coming into AWE, and every one of those developers got to take one home with them.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Could've got in.
I applied. You didn't let me in, but to be fair, I only wanted to come one day because the Sabbath, I can't come on Saturday. And you're like, give the spot to somebody who actually is going to develop with it.
It had to be folks who could do both days, but what was really cool was like all these amazing experiences are coming out now. So we got to see apps made within the hackathon 2 days, which is really cool. So kind of on top of that, content is starting to show up, right? Because we've had developers hands-on with Android XR for a while, but now they're hands-on with Aura. Right. So we're starting to see more apps being created, like stuff made for XR. And what's really cool is while, of course, we've got 3.5 million apps in Play Store today, there's more than 100 apps made for XR. And that number is growing by the day. So something else we shouted out the other day is like some of this unique XR content, right? Games like Demio, games like Project Hail Mary Journey Among the Stars.
I saw that. Awesome. That looks amazing. That
games
just
like Fallout Factions.
Forms the ship around you.
That's right.
Hail Mary, right?
So this is AR. It's forming around you. Fallout Factions is an amazing tabletop game that you can place anywhere, and it's in the Fallout universe from Bethesda. Amazing. And then Asteroid, which is a fully immersive film made by Doug Lyman. And then, we did an amazing shoot of the San Francisco Ballet Presents The Nutcracker in full 8K stereoscopic, so you can watch that full performance at home as if you were on stage with the performers. Like stuff like this is really unique ways to bring arts to you wherever you are. It's like we're going to see a lot more content made for XR starting to show up.
And that's huge. That's been one of the big selling points, especially for demos of like with the other headsets, especially with the Vision Pro, just showing other people, hey, this is what it can do. They're always like, go and watch this immersive thing.
That's right.
Go and watch this video. So content is definitely going to be a huge player out there. And one of the things with those other headsets is I like to tell people that instead of, editing hunched over like this, I just recline with it on my face and it's much more relaxing that way. But that's also the best environment for content like that. So I'm excited to see more of that coming.
Yeah, you're right. And then engaging with that content, right? And no surprise here, this is multimodal because of the way Gemini exists inside and because we have a full AI spatial computer here in the puck with Bluetooth connectivity. You can tie in wireless or Bluetooth keyboards. You can tie in game pads. We have a lot of gamers asking, like, how can I play games? Take an Xbox controller, take a PlayStation DualSense controller, connect it with Bluetooth, and then now sit back and play that way. Or connect a Bluetooth keyboard. I did this on the flight, and I was just banging away on my Bluetooth keyboard while my computer was just in the little net of the seat back in front of me. It was awesome.
Right, and you're able to, I actually want to touch upon that. I know that in the Galaxy XR, they finally added a travel mode. Does that carry over to here as well?
Yeah, it does, and I use that on the flight, right? The travel mode is, because as the plane banked, things might start moving, and we talked about that last time, but travel mode picks it up, snaps it in, and it takes everything that I had spread out here, and it brought it here, but it unlocked the sixth off, which meant as the plane moved and banked, my images stayed with me. They didn't fly off, because we had talked about that last time, and I learned a little bit more of what had happened. Travel mode picked up and instantly snapped in, and there's my stuff.
Was travel mode automatically activated, or you had really interesting? Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna have to test that then, because last time that definitely happened. The whole thing just flew off on me. So okay, very exciting. This is the first time I'm seeing the case. Is there anything special about the case? No battery inside, no, you know.
Right, no battery inside, no sensors, but compact.
Yes,
right?
love it.
Compact
Solid,
because
too.
it's a great case, right? There's room for your frames, there's room for your puck, and then there's room for your cable. And then this into your carry-on is easy, right? Like I'm carrying two of these around in my backpack as I travel this week.
Yep.
Like that is the way to travel with XR as opposed to one of those big
Massive
headset
big
cases
computers.
that is the entire size of your travel carry-on.
Yeah, I actually, when I started covering the Vision Pro and then eventually the Galaxy XR, when those came out and I started covering that, I bought a couple of travel cases to do a video on, like, here's the different travel cases options. And they were, you know, not expensive, but they were massive. I was like, this is a garbage video. I can't, like, I'm not going to make this because I don't travel. Like, this is not my experience. I'm not going to use these. I am not going to make this video. If you want me to make the video, let me know. I still have them, but I guess I should get around to it. But this is so much of a much better experience overall, both for, you know, compactness and for just protecting the headset. The way I travel with my Vision Pro, I don't recommend. Don't do that. I literally just position it with the band on it. Like,
That's not okay.
I'm a YouTuber that takes way too many risks with my gear. That's what I'm doing, right?
Okay. Well, once I can get one of these in your hands to take home with you, you can experience it. Tell me what you think about it then.
Yeah, no, that's definitely going to become my everyday carry, and right now it's the one Pros that I use, and I use them, you know, as you know, my use cases hitting in coffee shops and waiting rooms and a lot of doctor's appointments and things like that for my daughter. This is definitely going to take the place of that, and I don't feel like I have to bring my laptop with me every time anymore.
That's the use case, right? When you don't want to reach for that laptop, when you need to do something that requires more power and more screen real estate, but you don't want to grab that computer, that is a killer use case for what Aura is made for. You nailed it.
Yep, and I carry a big battery with me every time I travel, so be able to just plug that in while I'm working.
Yep.
I don't know what the battery life is on here yet. I'm sure you guys are still working on that, but I can confidently say that I'd be able to get through a full cross-country flight, especially with one of my big battery packs. You know, even though they're like, oh, you have to be careful using those on planes these days. So, all right. So later this year, or sometime, did I hear the fall?
Coming in the fall, so we're getting closer every single day, and you know you could start doing the math on like what constitutes the fall. You'll know.
Let's see.
Of course, we'll tell you, but we're getting
before the
close.
holidays, but after. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see.
So I will see you again in the fall.
Okay, what event is that?
Launch.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, tell me where to go. I'll be there.
I got you.
As always, thank you for coming on the show. It's so good to see this come to life, and as it's evolved over time, little bits and pieces, and it's really, you know, refined over time. So it's good to see.
Thanks for being on the journey of checking it out, and thank you guys for being on the journey of checking it out.
Yeah, and I see Ralph all the time, apparently. So if you have questions that you want me to ask for the community, let me know, and
we can do it.
We'll make sure they get asked. That travel one about the travel mode, that came from my last video. That was
Good job, guys.
there. So
Good job.
as always, thanks for watching.